Today, we're stepping into the intriguing world of the Amish to discover their time-tested secrets for washing clothes off the grid. From hand-powered wringers to homemade soap recipes, these methods have been passed down through generations, preserving a lifestyle that values simplicity and self-reliance. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating techniques the Amish use to keep their garments clean and fresh. No electricity required. Get ready to learn how careful planning, resourcefulness, and old-fashioned ingenuity come together to transform an otherwise tedious chore into a self-sustaining, eco-friendly routine that stands the test of time. Number 1. Past traditions and core values. The Amish trace their roots to 16th century Anabaptist movements in Europe, eventually settling in North America to pursue religious freedom. Early Amish communities embraced a life absent of many modern conveniences, including electricity, because they believed too much technology could disrupt community bonds and simple living. This approach shaped daily tasks like laundry, compelling families to find practical ways to clean clothes while relying on manual labor or limited mechanical power. By dedicating time each week to these chores, the Amish nurture self-discipline and unity through shared activities. Their homes often lack grid connections, so water is sourced from private wells, hand pumps, or local streams. Because large families are common, routines must be efficient to tackle the extensive piles of garments worn for work, church, and everyday life. Historical records indicate that generations passed down techniques adapted to local conditions. In some areas, mothers taught daughters to read weather patterns before deciding on wash days, ensuring enough sun for drying. Fathers would maintain or repair the mechanical washers that run off small engines, preserving them for years through careful upkeep. This inherited knowledge continues to define how chores unfold within Amish households. Cultural and religious guidelines discourage extravagance, so laundry equipment is chosen for reliability rather than novelty. The Amish believe that daily tasks, however mundane, also strengthen their faith by keeping them close to labor. Most have schedules wherein certain days, often Monday, are reserved for laundering clothes, preserving a steady weekly rhythm. This regularity reflects the biblical principle of order and diligence. Even in smaller Amish districts, washing clothes is not merely functional, it is a form of bonding across generations. Children learn the significance of consistent effort early on, assisting with simpler tasks like sorting garments by color or handing out wooden clothespins. As they grow older, they learn to soap, scrub, and manage water temperatures. Watching grandparents at work fosters deeper respect for tradition and a sense of belonging within the close-knit community. Number 2. Non-electric tools and modern twists. Traditional washboards, galvanized tubs, and manual wringers remain central elements in Amish laundry routines. But many families now integrate off-grid machines powered by small gas or diesel motors. These machines often look similar to classic top-loading washers, but rely on mechanical components that function without a standard electrical plug. The engine drives the agitator, churning clothes in soapy water to remove dirt. Some machines include a wringer attachment, which replaces the spin cycle found in conventional washers. This design allows water to drain away efficiently, shortening drying times. Each piece of equipment is treated as an investment. Older models are frequently repaired and reused. Amish workshop owners skilled in metalworking and machine repair help neighbors keep these washers in good operating condition for decades. Simpler communities might stick to purely manual tools like large basins and plungers, pumping water manually or hauling it from nearby sources. For them, the wringer remains a staple. 2 rollers connected to a handle or engine-driven mechanism. Clothing is fed through the gap to press out excess moisture, which reduces strain on the arms and speeds up drying. The The process demands care and attention. Loose buttons or thick hems might jam the rollers if they are not handled correctly. Children receive clear instructions on how to avoid tangled fabric or pinched fingers, ensuring safe operation even at a young age. To maintain these appliances, families check for rust, tighten bolts, or replace rollers showing wear. Small engines need routine oil changes and spark plug inspections. When parts fail, they are often salvaged from other disused machines, embodying the thrift and resourcefulness deeply ingrained in Amish culture. Gasoline or diesel usage is tracked, with some districts imposing restrictions to discourage overdependence on modern conveniences. Despite these limitations, many Amish appreciate that mechanical washers save them time compared to fully manual labor. They are willing to accept a controlled degree of technology if it supports family life and community values. Number 3, homemade detergents and stain strategies. Rather than purchasing mainstream cleaning products, many Amish rely on homemade soap or detergent mixtures tailored to their family's needs. Common ingredients include lye, wood ash, and rendered fats used for traditional bar soaps. Others blend bar soap shavings with borax, washing soda, or mild natural scents derived from essential oils. These blends are stored in large buckets to supply families for weeks or months at a time. By making their own cleansers, the Amish minimize chemical additives, lower expenses, and ensure that ingredients align with their values. This customization also allows them to adjust formulas according to the water hardness in their area. For instance, well water containing high mineral content may require more washing soda for optimal results. They take pride in the craftsmanship that goes into each batch, refining recipes handed down through the family. Stain removal is approached methodically. Heavily soiled items, like farm overalls or children's play clothes, are sorted out first, often soaked in hot water mixed with a concentrated soap solution. Some soak solutions incorporate vinegar to soften fabrics or break down stubborn grime. Washboards become crucial for direct scrubbing against ridges that help loosen trapped dirt. In communities where tractors and horses are common, grease and grass stains are frequent concerns, prompting advanced treatments. For oily spots, homemade paste from soap flakes and warm water can be brushed onto garments. Afterwards, the item goes through a thorough rinse to remove any residue that could irritate skin. If a family member works with wood or metal, they might rely on specialized soap bars designed to target resin or rust stains. The Amish also harness nature's bleaching effect by laying out white linens or aprons on bright sunny days. Sun rays can help fade persistent marks without resorting to chemical bleaches. Repeated soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing cycles are seen as part of the routine rather than an annoyance. By engaging with the stains directly, families maintain control over their clothing's quality, ensuring everything is as clean as possible without electricity-dependent devices. Number 4, rinsing, wringing, and drying tactics. Once clothes pass the main washing phase, rinsing becomes essential to remove soap or detergent residues. Many Amish families dedicate multiple tubs or basins specifically for rinsing. The first rinse often uses lukewarm water, allowing soap to dissolve away more readily. Some individuals vigorously swish garments by hand to help dislodge any remaining particles. Others might run them through a second pass in the wringer washer's tub, but with the motor turned off, ensuring minimal energy use. If water is scarce or families wish to practice extra conservation, they reuse rinse water for initial soaks on future loads. This cyclical approach reduces the demand for fresh water sources, a notable concern in areas with limited well capacity. As a final step, some add a small measure of vinegar or homemade softener, leaving fabrics feeling supple and minimizing static cling. After rinsing, garments either go through a second run in the wringer or are twisted by hand, depending on the family's preference and available equipment. Wringer washers with adjustable tension enable operators to adapt compression for heavier fabrics like denim or light materials like lace. Skilled individuals can judge the optimal pressure level by feel, preventing overstretching or damage. Proper wringing cuts drying time substantially, a major bonus in colder seasons or damp climates. With the water removed, clothes head to the line, one of the most iconic images of Amish homesteads. Long lines span backyards, barn walls, or orchard edges, pinned with wooden or plastic clothespins. Fresh air and sunshine complete the drying process, infusing garments with a naturally clean scent. Weather awareness is crucial. Families monitor cloud cover and wind direction to optimize line placement. In winter, clothes might freeze stiff in sub-zero temperatures, yet the Amish adapt by installing lines near stoves or in heated basements. Even in harsh climates, they seldom use electric dryers, citing both cost and principle. This reliance on nature for drying aligns with broader off-grid living values. Number 5. Community, adaptations, and preservation. Amish life prioritizes family and collective support, so laundry can become a collaborative effort during busy times. Large gatherings, like weddings or barn raisings, often produce piles of linens, tablecloths, and clothing. Groups of women may gather to tackle the load simultaneously, forming an impromptu assembly line around multiple tubs, washboards, or motor-powered washers. The spirit of cooperation not only accelerates the work, but also strengthens interpersonal ties, as participants exchange news and discuss community matters. In the process, younger members gain hands-on training, observing the strategies used to handle different fabrics or remove tenacious stains. While certain Amish orders embrace gas-powered washers, others remain cautious, seeking to limit reliance on any advanced machinery. Discrepancies in practice reflect the variety within Amish culture. Each district interprets religious guidelines differently. Some might allow compact solar panels to charge batteries for minimal tasks, although many prefer continuing with manual methods to avoid what they see as creeping modern influences. That said, even in conservative groups, practical concerns can lead to adaptations. Innovations like repurposed washing machine parts or custom-built wringers are welcomed if they reduce physical strain without violating core doctrines. The Amish also pay attention to broader environmental trends. Rising costs of fuel make some communities revisit purely manual techniques. On the flip side, homemade detergents that rely on renewable ingredients have become even more appealing as awareness grows about ecological impact. By focusing on minimal waste, families reuse rinse water for gardens when possible, mitigating any negative effects on the local ecosystem. Preserving these time-honored laundry practices also means maintaining a living link to the Amish heritage. Elders pass down knowledge about proper soap-making temperatures or effective stain pre-treatment. Each new generation refines these methods based on experience and local needs. This continuity ensures that, despite modern society's rapid pace of change, Amish laundry routines remain a cornerstone of cultural identity. Through determined manual labor, resourceful improvisation, and group cooperation, they demonstrate how off-grid living can thrive by harmonizing old traditions with selective, carefully chosen updates.